Good evening. With your CIGTV news update, I'm Jamie Hicks in for Donna Bush. In our top story today, Financial Services Minister Tara Rivers yesterday announced the findings of an international forum on the local regime of tax information exchange. Addressing the Legislative Assembly, the minister outlined government's response to the findings of the Global Forum on Transparency and Exchange of Information for Tax Purposes, and that the Cayman Islands was largely compliant. The minister noted that the OECD-led organization had also made 3 recommendations to the Cayman Islands. She added that the minister would consult on these with stakeholders prior to a June 30th, 2018 follow-up report. The minister then explained the benefits to the Cayman Islands of engaging in global development of tax information exchange.
Mr. Speaker, since the Global Forum was restructured in 2009, our government has been a very active, very visible participant in its development and direction. Primarily through the Tax Information Authority, Cayman has been represented at practically every official Global Forum meeting. We have held innumerable conversations and exchanged countless emails. We also have helped to train officials in the Global Forum member countries, which now number some 144 jurisdictions. Because of this consistent engagement, we have ensured Cayman's input in the global exchange of information process. So, Mr. Speaker, the Cayman Islands' engagement in the global development of tax information exchange has been indisputably beneficial for our financial services industry, our jurisdictional reputation as an international financial center, and the development of the international standard for tax information exchange. Mr. Speaker, I would like to commend at this time the Ministry for Financial Services, and in particular the Tax Information Authority staff, for their commitment to the Cayman Islands, and I again state how pleased I am that the Cayman Islands has maintained its strong Global Forum rating. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Cayman Finance, the private sector financial services organization, also issued a statement calling for international policymakers to take the report seriously. They should, it said, reflect in their new tax policies that the Cayman Islands meets the international standard for transparency exchange of information. And in other news, Hurricane Harvey is expected to make a landfall in Texas later today, reminding us that while we are just about halfway through hurricane season, peak season has only just begun. With 3 months left to go of the 2017 hurricane season, experts say the likelihood of an above-normal season has increased. They also note the conditions favorable to the formation of tropical cyclones are likely to continue through peak season, which ends in October. All this aside, Cayman residents can prepare for any storms which may head this way by having a hurricane plan. Hazard Management Cayman Islands recommends in particular that local residents know their risks, make a plan, get a kit, and stay informed. Government's All Hazard Response Agency says individuals should decide in advance where they would stay in a hurricane, where they will keep their pets, and how they will secure their property, including cars, in a storm. In addition to a list of hurricane shelters and medical centers, the Hazard Management website also contains detailed information on what kind of supplies persons should plan to have on hand in a disaster. For more information on how you can prepare in advance for a hurricane, visit www.caymanprepare.ky. And in our final story, the Grand Cayman blue iguana recently landed on the front page of a magazine called The Science of Saving Species. Published by the Institute of Conservation Research at the San Diego Zoo, a world leader in the field, the cover article was titled Island Iguanas Saving the World's Rarest Lizards. It covered the history of the zoo's island iguana conservation program, including its work with global partners and in particular those in the Caribbean, including the Cayman Islands. While islands represent less than 5% of the world's landmass, they are home to more than 40% of species threatened with extinction, many of those unique due to their isolation. And in related news, the Blue Iguana Recovery Program received a $500 donation from Carnival Nation's Cayman. That was part of the proceeds from its 2017 Carnival costume, Blue Iguana. Also, the Botanic Park recently shared some photos of its blue iguanas taken by international photographer, former judge on America's Next Top Model, Nigel Barker, during a visit to the park earlier this year. The photos were well received by fans on the park's Facebook page. You can also read the full San Diego Zoo article and view the details of the donation on the Blue Iguana Recovery Program's Facebook page. And as always, if you missed today's news update, you can get all the details on our Facebook and YouTube pages. And of course, don't forget to tune in to Radio Cayman's For the Record and Talk Today shows. I'm Jamie Hicks. Have a great weekend, and thanks for watching.